All right, let's jump back into it and find out what's going on. Failed to execute JSON on response. So what we're doing is we're building this to-do app, and then we're going to try to hack it. Right now we're in the phase of vibe coding the to-do app, and let's see what our response was. 408 request timeout. Okay. It doesn't work. Sure, everything's hooked up correctly, and the UI great and awesome and easy to use. What do you think it's going to do? Didn't have my camera on. That's fine. You don't need to see my face that much. What are we working on? Let's go. All right. Changing some TypeScript files. All right. So these are the OWASP here at top 10. Um, broken access control, cryptographic failure, injection, insecure design, security misconfiguration, vulnerable, outdated components, identification and authentication failures. All right. Software and data integrity failures, security log and monitoring failures, server-side request forgery. Interesting. All right. Well, we can go through each of those, but this thing's asking me. All right. Let's see. It's creating it. Okay. Are we up and running? I think we're up and running. Here, refresh the page. All right. Let's sign up using UI doesn't look different actually. Something timeout. Let's look at what these things are. Broken access control. Moving up from the fifth position, 94% of applications were tested for some form of broken access control. Average incidence rate of 3.81%. Access control enforces policy such that users cannot act outside of their intended permissions. So violation of the principle of least privileges or denied by default. So principle of least privilege is you only have rights to do the least thing that you can in the app. Deny by default is instead of having what they call a blacklist, where um, certain people can't do certain things, you have an allow list and deny the rest. Assume that every uh, uh, secure action is um, assume that all users are unable to do everything by default, and then explicitly grant those users access to do that. So Um, Bypassing broken access control would be, or broken access control would be, I am a read-only user and I can make changes to something. That would be bypassing uh, that, I believe. Okay. Also includes bypassing access control, checks by modifying the URL, like parameter tampering or force browsing. Okay. So let's say you have an ID in your URL, and um, on the UI, your user wouldn't be able to get to this certain area of the application, but if they type in the URL, they could. Permitting viewing or editing someone else's account by providing its unique identifier, accessing the API with missing access controls, elevation of privilege. So this covers a lot. CORS misconfiguration. Um, CORS is cross-origin request security, I think. Um, Force browsing to authenticated pages. So if you have a URL, special URL, if you're using security tokens in your URL, then this could be a problem. Let's add a bunch of logging to the microservices, and so that you can see any errors. Okay, while it does that, I'm going to try again to connect to this site. Password is Fartface. Again, we're not getting any response back, basically. Gateway time. Okay. Gateway up and running. Says gateway built. Gateway started. Gateway listening on 8080. Okay. Maybe the gateway isn't configured correctly or something. Okay. Let's check. All right, let's go back to the OWASP. Okay, so these are best practices. Example attack scenarios. This is fascinating. Application uses unverified data in a SQL calls, accessing account information. So if the so this is kind of injection, but kind of not. So it's oh no, it's not. It's not an injection because it's parameterized, but it's adding the account to the parameter from the request called ACCT. It's adding it to the query string and then running it. An attacker simply modifies the browser's ACCT parameter to send whatever account number they want. So this is the attack. You could go to the URL. If the account number is stored in the URL, you could change it to something called not my account, and it force browses to target URL. Oh, this is a different one. Scenario two is force browsing to different URLs. So this is if your admin site starts with the word admin and you're using security by obscurity, and um, you just knowing the URL will get you to the admin page, then they're gonna be able to attack you in that way. Okay, so here are all the CWEs, the rules that are classified this um, under this um, scenario. So presumably SonarQube would scan for all of these things, and if it finds any of them, it would label it as broken access control. So, yep. So events of mitigation. There's just so much information from OWASP. It really is like a public service. Okay, what do we got going on here? We're still working. Next one is cryptographic failures. So it's actually up to position number 2. So I guess some of the old versions of HTTPS or TLS are cracked. So um, you can attack using that. So broad symptom rather than a root cause. It focuses on failures related to cryptography or lack thereof, which can expose sensitive data. So this is going to mention the data protection stuff. Um, Passwords, credit card numbers, health records, personal information, business secrets require extra protection, mainly if it falls under privacy laws, which are different in different countries. EU has GDPR, and it could be financial data also could fall under local regulations. Is any data transmitted in clear text? So you always should be using H the secure version of these protocols. So don't use HTTP, SMTP, FTP. Use HTTPS. S. Uh, I don't know what the secure SMTP protocol is, but then use SFTP also. All right, keep going. Let's go. Oh, you configure max request. That's good. Set it to 50. I want to set it to 50. Yeah, I set to 50. Continue. Oh, I don't think I needed to do that. Hmm. Bush was doing that. Yeah, I think we're supposed to be up and running. Let's hit refresh here and let's sign up. Let's see if we can now parse those logs that we asked for. I thought the to-do app part of this would be a lot quicker, but there's a lot of stuff involved. Um, a lot of back-end stuff. It's seemingly implementing this correctly, and then once it's up and running, we can start trying to hack it. Although, what happens if we do something like this? Let's do a JavaScript injection. See what happens. Not get sign up. Let's see how is it sending this? Oh, all right. So my password is fartface. Okay. Hmm. So again, fix itself. So, still doing the same thing over and over again. What's it thinking about? Helmet, using helmet instead of express. Hmm. I don't know what that means, but we'll see. Right? Then it's going to be okay. Let's see. Add request. Response. Must include uppercase and number. One fart face. Okay. All right. We're in. Wash my hands. Got my pants. Okay. And finish the app. All right. So this is cool. See if it remembers my password. Let's switch it to this one. Um, cool. It remembered me. All right. Let's log into someone else. Okay. Nice. All right. Huh. Actually works. Okay. Let's spruce it up, make the UI a little better. Okay, that worked. Can we make the UI prettier? Maybe give it what kind of vibe are we looking for? Most of the vibes, like Fruitiger Arrow. I don't want Fruitiger Arrow, but I want a list of all the different types of vibes. Helvetica, Fruitiger Aurora, Wacky Pomo, right? Tertiaries. No, Fruitiger Echo. I want this is great. It's that text. That's for UI. So now what I'm looking for, just a broad set list of aesthetics. Is that real? Is it say Pelecore Bougie Bosozoku? What's Bosozoku? No, we don't want to be moving horror. Buckle Bunny? No. Bubblegum Witch. Yeah, let's use Bubblegum Witch aesthetic. All right. Use Bubblegum Witch, make it suitable for publishing uh, to a broad audience. Okay, cool. Let's see. Let's see what the Bubblegum Witch design looks like. See colors: pastel pinks, dark pinks, purples. Cool. Oh, characters: Linda the Good Witch, Draculora, River Styx. Does it know what Bubblegum Witch aesthetic is? Didn't check the internet at all. Does it just know that? I didn't know Bubblegum Witch. Does GPT-5 know what Bubblegum Witch is? Let me see. You know what bone from which aesthetic is? Yeah. Okay. How did you know this? I think I can train down. All right, fine. Um, what would a bubble with UI UX design look like for a to-do list app? 5 in words, as you would give a command to an LLM. You might have to. Whimsical, bubblegum witch aesthetic UI UX, color palette, typography, layout, theming. Cool, cool, cool. All right. Let's see if it knows how to do that already. I'll implement a polished bubblegum witch UI by adding a themed style sheet, updating index.html with fonts, overhauling the React app for fully featured styled experience. Cool. And I'll suggest a rebuild. I want you to actually do the rebuild though. So how do we get that to happen? Am I using up all my credits on this stuff? Did it show you? Okay. So GitHub, log in, look at my profile. Maybe it's under your Copilot. Let's see. Aha, 2.7%. We're doing okay. Ooh, you can talk to it. Whoa. Okay. After this one, maybe we'll talk to it. Just pick my nose off camera. 157 problems found. My God. All right. What else can we do? So we keep going through the OWASP. Cryptographic failures. It's kind of broad. It could mean a lot of things. Let's look at injection. Injection slides down to the third position. So does that mean most people know about injections and are preventing them, or that they're less common? So how do they come up with the top 10? Awareness document for developers. Let's say what's their methodology? Analyzing data on application security vulnerabilities and prioritizing them based on their frequency, severity, and impact. Okay, so it's not something we're going to understand. It's just what they think is important, basically. All right. 94% of applications were tested for some form of rejection with max incident rate of 19%, average incidence rate of 3%, and 274,000 occurrences. Common weakness enumerations, I guess that's CWEs, cross-site scripting, SQL injection, and external control of file name and path. Interesting. Um, Validate user supplied data, parameterize your queries, ORM mapping problems, hostile data directly used or concatenated. Okay, sample scenarios. How are we doing here? All right, great news on the back end. Great news on the back end fix. Now I'll make the front end bubblegum witch pretty and fully featured and tell you how to see it. Okay, new theme, app overhaul, type hygiene, try it, rebuild, and open. Oh, just build it yourself. Why do I have to do it? You're the agent. Oh, let me say, you do it. I think it didn't see this error. Okay, does that mean it's running? Maybe. Bubblegum witch right now. I don't know. Nothing's up and running. I'm saying try again and iterate if there are any errors. Should have said if there are any build errors, but let's just say any type of error. This stuff is going to get so much faster as it gets better. Right now, parts of it can be like banging your head against the wall. Even if you're super patient, even if you know software development, um, you still have to tell it what to do and how to do it. So I can't, I mean, we're trying to build a to-do app and we're on like hour two almost. I don't see how this is going to replace a person, but it's definitely a useful tool. I don't know Node. I don't know Postgres really. Um, so I'm not having to do any of these manual steps, but it also means I can't troubleshoot it. Come on. Summarize. Let's go. Let's go ask ChatGPT. Um, I'm asking Copilot to build this app, and I want to see how secure it is. What's the best way to try to hack it? I don't think you can see the output. Let's give it let's give it this output. Great question. Thumbs up on testing what Copilot generates. Oh, glazing is so boring. Here's a safe, authorized only checklist. Run a throwaway environment, confirm you have permission. NPM audit, that's good. Git leaks. Yep, cool. Gonna go? Yep. It built. Nice job. Okay, let's go. Let's see this. I forgot the name of the aesthetic that we're implementing. Some kind of witch. Bubblegum witch. Cool. Okay. Go, go, go. Go gateway. All right. Start the front end, and let's see. Yes, bubblegum witch. All right. Welcome, witchling. Sign up or log in to start enchanting your to-dos. This is amazing. Let's see if it remembers my. No, whoops. Invalid credentials. That's good. All right. Oh, I love this. This is so awesome. Okay. Say what magic will you do today? Let's say um toil and trouble. Failed to add. Boo. All right, let's see. Looks so cool. But I get this error after in. Oh, I didn't say the error. Okay, so after we fix this error is about the time that I would commit because we've got something that I don't want to lose. Everything up until this point has been like kind of uh, hard to tell whether it worked or not. So, but this is cool. Um, this is so fun. It's gonna be cool when it's working, and then we'll break it. What other? We can do some of this stuff, but I want to focus on OWASP. Injection is going to be the first thing we try. Um, Cross-site scripting specifically. Insecure design. So this is the fourth. Spec the gateway file. All right, insecure design is the fourth OWASP, and it seems vague, right? It's a new category as of 2021. Why are we only on 2021? Why hasn't OWASP updated their top 10 since 2021? Roughly every 3 to 4 years. Next one is expected late 2025. All right, that's going to be really interesting once they come out with their new ones. Um, so this is on the cusp of being, I guess, changed or deprecated, but it's a new category focused on risks related to design and architecture flaws. Okay. Move beyond shift left in the coding space to pre-code activities. All right. So it's saying you should think of security up front, which I agree with. It's not always easy to think about everything though, especially when you're shipping an MVP and it's due um in time for a presentation or in time for um error while stopping. So it's not always easy to think of security while you're building a minimal viable product and you're under the gun, under a time constraint. Um, I mean, does it tell us what secure design is? It's culture and methodology. It's not really actionable. Security development life cycle with AppSec professionals. Okay, agree. Library secure design patterns. Yep. Paved road. Nice. I like that. Okay, hold on. I want to see the attack scenarios. I'm pressing the go button too quick. Right. Example attack scenarios for insecure design. Credential recovery workflow might include questions and answers, which is prohibited. Okay, so this is like security questions, which is not a good practice. So like, what is your mother's maiden name, stuff like that. Should be removed and replaced. Understood, definitely. Cinema chain. So this is just like sort of a policy thing that needs to change. Cinema chain allows group booking discounts. Um, Test if they can book 600 seats and all cinemas at once in a few requests. Interesting. Okay. All right. So this is just saying you need somebody that's taking a holistic view. You need to think of security up front. Valid, but a little vague. Okay. Let's see. Are we running? Let's check it out. Okay, cool. All right. Toil and trouble. I think we need two toil and troubles. Delete that, wash my pants, delete it. We can move stuff around. Nope, we can't. It looks like we can, but we can't. Okay, I'm all done. Oh, cool. All right. Okay. Now let's add a git ignore. Oh no, try it again. And then we're going to commit. I think it's time to start trying to hack this, but I want to commit first so we don't break anything. All right, cool. So now we git add all commit slash a slash m um, initial commit of witchy witch wit how do you spell witch witchy do this. Okay, so let's just do some quick stuff. I mean, if it does this, then already breaking it. Let's see. It's like no, I don't think it executed it. Start refreshing, see if it runs it. No, okay. Let's see. Let's actually see why. Okay. Let's look at the network tab. Let's clear it out and see how it's sending this. Okay. JavaScript alert. How is it showing it in the HTML? Hmm. Within a class, what if we do, let's close that div, right? Close that div. Then do script alert I, right? And slash script. And then start a new div. Class equals final. All right, let's see if that does it. Nope. Oh, how does it know that this is not the close? Maybe it's setting it to dot text or something. Okay, cool. Um, what if we do like common Postgres full injection script? See what happens here. Okay, right. Looks like that didn't work. String combined plus authentication, making where plus always true. Common string to test for SQL injection. All right, let's run a scan. Let's do a SAST scan. Just do it here. Zero vulnerabilities. Okay. Let's do the sonar cube thing. Let's try this. So localhost 9000. Cool. So we have Sonar Cube running. Let's log in and see what to do next. Looks like it's still starting. Access the web UI, create a project and generate a token. Download Sonar Scanner. Okay. Know the super secure password here. Yeah, let's use this. All right, skip it. Great project. Import from local project, which do. And yep, global setting. Okay. Locally. Okay. General. Continue. Run analysis on your project. Macros. And so you can make analysis straightforward. You just need to execute the following command in your projects folder. Cool. All right, let's do that then. Paste. Ah, gotta download somewhere scanner. Wow. Where do I put this? Applications folder, maybe? Okay. C#. All right. Copy that. All right, restart. Crap. All right, fine. We'll put the whole path. Okay, so applications, application slash sonar. What's it called? So Okay, /bin slash sonar scanner. Okay, and then all the rest. Ugh, okay. There we go. Do it. Come on. Apple cannot verify Java is free of malware. We have to tell them Java's not free of malware, or it is. Come on, open. Security and privacy. Check the lower. Allow apps from anywhere. Ah, here we go. Okay, let's try that again. Oh, all right. I think we're scanning. Let's see what SonarCube has to say about this. Vibe coded to do it. All right. Hit completed. I guess we go here, right? Back to SonarCube. Passed. Coverage 0%. Security hotspots. Open issues. Duplications. Reliability issues. All right, let's look at the security. Copying using glob pattern. Node image runs with root as default user. Okay. Those are all medium. Hmm. Interesting. Duplications. Oh, all right. What else can we use for static application testing? front end is in React. Okay, so we want to do React sets. Okay, all right. Well, it looks like it's not finding any issues. What else can we do? Let's go back to our list here. We did npm audit, and that worked. Secret scan. All right, let's do semgrep. What's that? Semgrep. Right, so SonarCube doesn't seem to have found anything, so that bodes well for GPT-5. Um, yeah, did it build a secure app? I don't know. Let's see. All right, let's try it. Semgrep CLI. We're running SendGrep. Okay, findings five. Five blocking. Okay, what are the five? Okay. By not specifying user, a program in the container may run as root. Okay, so SonarCube found this also. It's basically running as root. That's fine. That's something that we would fix in our deployment. I think that's all of them. Interesting. All right, so then what else can we check? We've done semgrep, we've done SonarCube. Everything seems okay. I don't want to do a secret scan because I'm pretty sure wouldn't have any. What's Trivy? No. Oh, let's do dynamic security testing. Yeah, let's do this. This is cool. All right. All right. So we've run some dynamic security testing and haven't found anything. Doesn't necessarily mean it's secure because there's also dynamic security testing. Um, let's see. What is our URL? 5173. Okay. All right, let's check this out. Allow. Able to find image locally. Full access denied. I might require Docker login. I logged in? No, I'm not. Okay. Try this again. Repository doesn't exist, right? Yes. Are we hallucinating? Nope. Let's use the internet. When in doubt, look it up. Right, that's real. Let's see. All right, it's running. 58 passed. Interesting. Okay. All right. Does that mean that we have a secure app here? That's crazy. I was not expecting that. What else can we do? All right, quick automated baselines. API auth, call endpoints without the authorization. We can try that. Yeah, let's try that. So, here's auth. What's the payload here? Payload. Okay. Request. Okay, let's see if we can call this from Postman. Oops. There. Let's sign in with Google. Do HTTP. We want to do a post, right? Here's the URL. Let's just try a post with nothing else. Send a post. Unauthorized. Okay. Missing token. Error token. Okay. Invalid token. Wow. Okay. I think this is secure. Let's see if it. Can I do it here? I can still add. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So now I can add title. I did. Oh, no, this is query parameters. Body. And the headers? No. How does this work? That's the get. Hold on. Where's the post? Fetch, reflect, get, options, post. Okay, here we go. All right, that worked, I think. Gotta refresh this page probably to see a second test. Yep. Okay. So what can we do here? Um, let's try this. Let's try this again. Let's see what the response is. Did it fine? All right. Let's look more into how is it displaying these. Looks like it's encoding. Yeah. So it's encoding less thans in has F and LT. So what if I do look into incorrect context encoding? Data center, for example, if it's encoded but then placed in inner HTML, double encoding. Try this. Nope, that didn't work. Let me think. I think this might be pretty secure. Maybe we'll come back. I'll go think about it, and maybe we'll come back and try to hit it a little harder. But it's actually seems like it might be reasonably secure. Um, maybe we'll continue this with some other uh, looking at some other concerns. But as of now, this looks pretty robust. I'm not a security professional, so I don't know for sure. But yeah, this is pretty good. Um, this is cool. And it uses the bubblegum witch aesthetic. All right.